Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or morning, depending on when you listen to it. Probably evening, because no one's got enough time to listen to us for an hour. Welcome to the Antics podcast. I know we sound a bit like an asshole, but what are you going to do about it? I'll be right. We'll sort it out. We've done how many of these?
We've done over 10 nearly.
10 of those that have been released. 7, 8.
Why have we done exactly 10?
Because we had...
Is this the 11th?
No, this won't be the 11th.
What?
No, because we've released 6. We've released technically 4. We've got 5 split up into 6, 7, 8, but there was one recording. Do we count recordings or what?
No, episodes. Definitely episodes.
Episodes, and then we're over 10.
Yeah.
And
we still don't know how to start this off.
So we decided to talk about... Oh, that's yours, sorry. We decided to talk about...
Yes, it's a unique photo.
It is a unique photo. How shit we are at starting it. Which usually gets us underway.
It actually has worked quite well in the past.
Tonight, we're in a...
I forgot again.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting into a sort of a regular routine of where we're recording. I like this surrounding. It's good.
It is. It's the first place we've done twice in a row. Am I right?
Technically, yes, because we recorded...
In terms of recordings,
In terms of recordings, yeah, this is the first place done back-to-back in the same place.
Yeah.
The podcast with Banksy, we're recorded in the same place, but not evening after the evening.
No. We have 8-hour sessions, I think it was, to just perfect it for you, the audience. That's right, 8-hour sessions. It's hard because it's solid drinking and, we try.
8-hour sessions? What are you talking about?
We have 8-hour recording sessions.
Oh, those ones. No, I thought you mean... I thought you were saying 8 1-hour sessions. No, you're talking shit. We've done it... We go for 8 hours, man.
So we don't have 8-hour sessions, but we do try to...
What usually happens is that we start... Okay, today the listeners want a shorter podcast, which should probably aim for an hour. Mm-hmm. And then we end up going for about an hour and a half, and then we cut half the shit out because either it's inside jokes or... just not good.
Not really.
Not good enough for you viewers, listeners, folks. Because I know how picky you are.
With soccer being gay and all.
Soccer and being gay, that takes a lot of it out. And fucking Star Wars. If you want a Star Wars podcast, we can give you one.
We can give
no one wants one.
I can give you many.
If there's ever a week where I can't turn up, I'll just give the laptop to you and you can talk about Star Wars for an hour and a half.
We'll title it, warning. You will get bored of a good movie.
It won't be you'll get bored, it'll be warning. You will die listening to this podcast.
You'll want to never see or hear about another Star Wars
You'll
character
age
again.
faster than Barack Obama if you listen to this podcast. Man, he has aged a shitload.
Yeah, he has actually.
You give him 2 terms as the President of the United States at a time where it was ruined by a white-haired moron, and you just age just like that.
Well,
how old is he? 80.
It must be pretty stressful governing. What do you say? Presidenting.
Presiding.
Good one. Very well done. Presiding, the most powerful country in the world. That would get stressful. That would take its toll.
Yeah, but I've never known. Like, I've sat through some pretty stressful exams. I'm not.
Are you comparing?
I'm not 30 years old.
Are you comparing your exams to controlling the most powerful country in the world?
No, I'm just saying the amount of stress he has aged in 20 years. So I suspect the pressures that I've been under. Surely I should be like 24 now. Surely I can go and gamble.
You mean aged? Well, how old is Barack?
See, no one knows because everyone's like, no one wants to go, oh, is he 60? Because if you hit 60 and he's actually like 45, you feel like an asshole.
Yeah. Because one thing about...
He'll go on 45 because JFK was the youngest.
One thing about his physical appearance when he came in, apart from the obvious...
Don't be like that.
Apart from the obvious thing. Well, no, I'm saying, the thing about his physical appearance is that everyone said he looks really fit and young.
He runs a lot.
And now he's old.
Yeah, but he still runs a lot. He's still
probably got a rocking body.
He's got... he looks really good, but he just... His hairline and his hair colour and his face just looks like... It's almost like he's realised something that the rest of the country hasn't. Like, holy shit, we will never get out of this debt unless we like sell Alaska. So like he's got to that point. He's just like, fuck, man, I'm driving a ship with no hull. Like it's just going straight down.
Yeah. I guess he ages, whereas George W. Bush quickly, mentally deteriorates. Although he was always stupid, wasn't he? He always said stupid stuff. And he
I've heard these rumors on the internet. Fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Oh, that was a great.
Shame on you.
What do you say? How do you kick it off?
When you get fooled, you can't get fooled again.
But how do you kick it off? It was like, we have a saying in Texas, or was it Texas? Or one of his hometowns.
Yes,
and he's just like, fool me once, shame on you.
No, it wasn't that. He stuttered. He's like, fool me once, shame on you. When you get fooled, you can't get fooled again.
If you ever want to listen to George Bush greatness, just look up top 50 quotes or whatever. They are just hilarious.
And you think the 50th quote would be a bit shit, but no, they're all
they're all
gold.
Solidly stupid.
Mr. T would have been proud.
Yeah.
Slightly distracted there, Jackson.
A little bit. Sorry, I'm being rude.
Not very professional.
I've just had a sudden input. It's about my trip. I'm having a trip. Yeah, we have lives. A few days. I'm just trying to sort some shit out.
Let's don't get too fussy. You have a life.
I,
I, however, spend my nights either I spend my nights in front of my laptop doing assignments, or I spend nights like this where I pull up a casual TUI or a Lion Brown because I'm a student now, and record these wonderful podcasts here 9:30 on a Thursday evening. First Thursday? No, we've had a Thursday before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're sticking to our typical tradition of drinking and podcasting on a late night.
Late night.
When I can hear. I'm not sure if you can hear it, folks. There are people out in the hallway currently drinking and partying right now.
Yeah, they are partying it up. We are by a sense partying it up.
We are technically partying it up, but unfortunately, folks, not to be offensive, but you don't really offer much in this situation because
and that's not your fault.
It's not your fault. I mean, this is what happens when you pre-record shit. What happens is I'm talking to Jackson, but I'm also talking to you.
Mm.
And what happens is Jackson will offer me feedback and we'll talk back. You sit there.
Yes, you literally just absorb.
You sit there and you mention things to us like a month after we've recorded it because we released them fucking late because we're lazy as shit.
And we've probably completely changed our minds on a point. So
yeah.
Although
soccer, we're still pretty
although
strong.
soccer's still pretty gay.
We're still pretty strong on how gay soccer is. But you know. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you just got to deal with that.
We do love your feedback. Just, a couple of months after the fact, we sort of forget what we've said. I have a lecturer like that. He's so funny. He doesn't know it. We call him Gramps. He's, I'm not going to say who he is because, I might get in trouble. But to anyone who's been in this class,
an avid listener.
Anyone who's been in this class knows him as Gramps. He wears cardigans. He looks like your typical granddad. He's got a shitload of dad jokes up his sleeve, and he is just the funniest man without even trying to be. And he's slightly confused by technology, right? Mm-hmm. So his lectures are based around slides, which he edits live. So he's got one of those fancy little tablets he can write on. Now, every once in a while, the tablet will freeze, and he gets very frustrated, and he'll ball his fists up on the floor and go, "It's not working!" And he'll try and he'll get angry at it, and everyone just pisses himself, and they have 10 minutes to spare while this granddad-looking dude tries to get his iPad working.
Yeah.
And he's really funny without even noticing it. And his dad jokes are brilliant.
I love dad jokes.
Dad jokes are so funny.
So lame. Just makes it the best.
It's because it's awkward how shit the jokes are.
Yeah.
And his analogies, his analogies. Now, see, you may want to be wondering how you do this a little bit more easily, but, I'll tell you about this mathematician who can cook eggs, right? You can cook one egg very well, he takes the pot out and he does this, and he puts the egg in, and he cooks it, and he puts the pot away. And then he had a guest one night, and he didn't know how to cook 2 eggs. So what he did is he cooked 1 egg twice. So he'd take the pot out, cook the egg, clean the pot, put it away, and then pull the pot out again, make another egg, as if he was making it for himself, but he's not. And he'll make an egg, and then clean the pot and put it away, and he made 2 eggs. So there you go. It's not so quick in the exam, but you'll learn that before you get to the exam. You cook 1 egg twice, and everyone's sitting there going, well, thank you for that. Can we learn the fucking shit now, please? Can we get on? It's great.
Shit.
I have found myself to be saying great a lot more ever since I told that story about...
It's fucking great.
Fucking great, man. It's fucking great. I've been saying it so... I caught myself saying it in the hallway the other day. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah, we have those phases though, and that's
fucking great. I had a horror... Okay, I'm going to tell you a phase I had. I had a phase where, rather than saying, hi, or how are you, or how you going, I would say, how you getting on now?
Oh, I had a similar phase. My parents hated it.
Yeah. How you getting on?
You got a story?
I got a story.
Okay, yeah, you go.
How you getting on now? Now, this was just after the February earthquake. We'd been displaced, and school would shut down for a month, and I was like, woo, no school. My parents were like, your grandmother lives in Timaru. You're going to Timaru Boys High. I was like, fuck. So I shipped down there, and second day in, I'm walking around, and I don't really know the timetable at that point. And there's a time between morning tea and third period where you go to your home classroom. And I thought this was strange because you already had your home classroom at the start of the day to take the roll. But no, you have to go back there between morning tea and third period just to sort of catch up with your hip teachers. And I didn't know that, so I went straight to history. And I walked in there on a year 9 class. I was year 11 at the time, walking in a year 9 class. And the teacher's like, oh, hello. And I was like, how are you getting on now? And the teacher sits back and just goes, you know what, mate? I'm pretty good. How are you? And that's like, you know how when you walk into a wrong class, you're really embarrassed. You just want to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I just prolonged that experience, like elongated that experience way too much by going, how are you getting on now? You know what, mate? Good.
Yeah.
How are you getting on? How are you getting on? I'm like, you know what, mate? Pretty awesome. And it's like, oh yeah, so you're from Christchurch, right? Yeah, I'm from Christchurch. Oh, earthquake, right? Yeah, earthquake, right? And these year 9s are pissing themselves. And I was like, I'm not supposed to be here, am I? And the teacher goes, nah, mate, you're not supposed to be here. I'm like, sweet as, bro, I'll head out. So what was supposed to be like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place, close the door. What was supposed to be like a sort of a 3-4 second experience turned into about a minute of yarning.
Yeah.
And I was like so embarrassed, and all these year 9s are pissing in front of this. Even though it was a year 9 class, it was still Timaru year 9s. These guys are like way cooler than me. They smoke and they drink and they do all that sort of shit, and I didn't. I was a year 11. And this teacher was sitting there just like taking the piss out of me. I'm sitting there going, you know what? I'm going to go on with this. Fuck you.
Might as well.
How you getting on now? That was a terrible phase. I should never go into that.
Yeah, and did you get it from Tekapo?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I
My cousin told me a story about how you're getting on now. The old folk in Tekapo and always sort of their go-to was how you getting on now. Their response would be, yeah, good, which I still do. I still do yeah, good. I still do yeah, good. But I got it from working at the Royals.
I got a phase, how you going?
How you going? I love how you going.
But it's so... You can't say it when you're meeting, like, your parents' old friends, and it's quite a formal sort of, oh, hello, how are you? And they just, oh yeah, this is my son. He goes to Christchurch Boys High.
How you going?
How you going? It's like, oh. My parents were so mad after they left.
No, see, I got put into, my parents put me into speech and drama, and I learned how to, like, judge my audience and change the way I respond to the audience. So I walk up and it's like, oh, g'day, this is my mate, Frankie. It's like, g'day, Frankie, how you going? That's not. And it's like, yes, Jonathan, this is my good long friend, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer, how are you? And you have to sort of adjust the way you talk, even though I would never in my life be like, hello, Jennifer, how are you? You have to adjust your mind to who you're speaking to, because otherwise people are like, oh, he was awfully rude. The funny thing is, it's all rude. It's all based on what other people think of you.
Yeah.
If you didn't give a shit, you wouldn't change your thing for anything. Like, this is my mate Frankie. Hello, how are you, Frankie? And then you go, no, this is my good friend Jennifer. Sup, bro? What's hanging, man? How's it hanging? Good one, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, greetings! They can tell so much about someone.
Greetings can be awkward as well, because I'll tell you a story, classic story of like, because when you know someone, right? Like I know you quite well.
Yep.
So if we got into an awkward situation, we'd both laugh about it and move on pretty quickly.
We can't really get into an awkward situation with someone you know.
Not really. Like we can always turn it. Fuck off. We can always turn a awkward situation to a joke.
Yeah.
But and if you're an acquaintance with someone and it has an awkward moment, you sort of just move past it. Oh, I don't even know that dude is right.
Yeah.
But if you're in that sort of like, I wouldn't say budding relationship, but like you're beyond acquaintance, like
you're about to just make the friendship.
So no, not that.
No,
close,
not that close.
Sort of like you're not friends,
okay.
But you're not like sort of like, oh, I think that guy's name's Ben. You know the dude's name. You've met him several times before, but you're not really mates with him.
Okay.
So it's sort of like you're not sort of at the matey stage. It's all how are you?
Yeah.
You're still at the how are you? You're not at the.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm just making sure that they're with me.
Oh right, yeah.
And so I saw this guy, and I was like, oh, that's Steve.
Yep.
Oh, sweet as. I'll go say hi to Steve.
That's
nice
guy Eddie.
Nice guy Eddie. And this guy who we're calling Steve, I have no idea who he was. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But Steve comes up to me, and okay, universally, what does the eyebrow raise mean? Universally, what does the eyebrow raise mean? Sort of the sort of not back in the eyebrow.
Hey again.
That means hello, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, hello.
What's up, dude?
Hey.
What's up? What's hanging?
Yeah.
That's the eyebrow raise and the head tilt, all right?
Yeah.
Usually followed, right, by how are you or how you going?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This dude walks up to me, sees me, eyebrow raise, head up. The universal sign for hello.
Yeah.
And what's up?
Yeah.
He does this and says, hi. You don't follow up a hi with a hi. You've gone sup and you've gone back to hi.
Yeah.
Commit. Sup, well, how you going? Or you don't nod and you say hi. You don't do both. Because what happens is they do the head nod and the eyebrow raise and they say hi and you go good. and then they're left with, well, thank you for that. Because you've said good. It's their turn to respond. Because it's not, you come back good, how are you? It's just, I went good. Fuck.
You make it worse.
And it's now their turn to respond. Like, oh, good. I'm doing well as well. And he was like, we should probably need to I've got diarrhea, I'm sick, I need to go somewhere without talking to you anymore.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Even if that did sound like a whole lot of nothing on the recording, I'm sure people can relate.
It's the good old high good story.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just embellished a little bit to be funny.
Nah. Yeah. It's awfully rude.
It's awfully rude.
It's a bit of McIntyre.
That's so good. Who's calling? It's awfully rude.
You have to acknowledge that. Get tired of listening to us, folks. Look up Michael McIntyre. He is hilarious.
I have recently downloaded his audiobook. It is one of the funniest things I've heard. And I'm only like an hour in. It's a 7.5 hour long book.
Yeah, that's great.
And he's only talked about him as a baby and his parents at the moment, and like his relatives. It is so funny. Like his first chapter is about him trying to write this book, but his opening line about his life is that he was born to his mother at this time, at this age, And instantly his dad was questioned of his mother was questioned of his fidelity because he looked like an Asian. Because he had a bit of jaundice, so he's a little bit yellow, and his eyes were like real squinty.
Yeah. He has got quite squinty eyes.
And his mother was asked if he had got there with an Asian man.
Have you seen his comedy tennis game?
Comedy tennis.
Well, not
game?
comedy. You know, it's Andy Murray and Jimmy Carr versus Michael McIntyre and another British tennis player. I can't remember his name.
Oh, that'd be very cool.
And
I
it's
have not
quite
seen that.
funny.
Are they playing tennis together?
Yeah, it was just a small clip of it on YouTube.
Ah, so
But
not the whole game.
no, not the whole game would have been funny.
Because I know the
He's not bad.
the tennis competition they do where they have all the tennis stars all mic'd up
Oh
and they
yeah,
play doubles together.
yeah.
That's actually a really cool event. They raise so much money through that.
And it's like old players and like Agassi and
Yeah, they'll pull in Agassi and they're bringing like Djokovic to imitate other people, and they get the commentators
Yeah.
out there on the field, and it's really funny.
Mm.
Especially Djokovic, because everyone else takes it really seriously, and Djokovic will sit there just like, ooh.
No, McIntyre actually does a behind the back shot.
No, you're taking the piss.
No, he does.
It must be a body double.
No, he does. He's not actually that bad. He looks really fat. Like, fatter than usual. But
It's because he's not in a suit.
he pulls off. He's got quite a good serve as well.
It's nicer.
He had it behind the shot
You heard
back.
Michael McIntyre imitating Jeremy Clarkson?
No.
That's
Is he ever on Top Gear?
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
going to link in the YouTube video beneath our little description that we have
Yeah.
a video of Michael McIntyre on Top Gear. It is the funniest
Does he
thing.
impersonate
It's the-
Jeremy?
No. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's talking about him driving, and he had a history of shit cars. So the basic things like electric moving seats and parking sensors are the things that fascinate him. It's the funniest shit out. I'll show you this after this. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, we're going to watch this after this
I'm going to
recording.
show you that video. It's the funniest shit out. You won't be able to drive home because you'll be crying.
Well, good.
Yeah, man, it's so funny.
Fuck, I hope I locked the door.
What?
Ah, it's a good neighbourhood.
Is that an inside joke to what you just said before?
No, it's not.
A lot of people don't understand how difficult it is to do one of these.
No, they do. They don't, sorry.
People are like, oh man, podcasting is very easy. Try and sit down with the laptop in front of you.
Just try
which
do
is
it.
giving you instant feedback on how you're sounding.
I dare you to do it right now. And
Actually,
if you
don't.
become more
Actually,
successful than us,
actually,
don't.
Actually, I think we shouldn't because then they might take our market. But basically, trying to sit here and yarn for like an hour and a half, trying to be funny the whole time, it's actually quite draining.
That's like, I can imagine this is what it'd be like to be a radio jockey.
No, but mind you, they've got 3 people and they have people to bounce off. They can get members of the audience
That's
to
true.
bounce off.
That's true.
We don't. We're not doing this live, so we can't like, tweet us your questions.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly. We have thought about doing a live sort of show, but it's just
No,
we
not
couldn't.
a live show. So
I know.
announcing when we're recording.
That's
so people
right.
can tweet in or just text us because most of our fans are people we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe that guy from the Philippines.
Maybe that guy from the
Send
Philippines
an
is just
email.
like, hey, talk about this.
Or hey, stop, please.
I thought I liked a page to, I don't know, something else. But yeah.
So we
Do you wear them over your glasses?
I do. That's what they're for.
Oh, is that why they're that wide?
Everyone else got like the speed cycling
speed
goggles. I got
narrows.
the big ones because I wear glasses. We're talking about lab glasses.
Yeah, that was a bit off topic, sorry folks.
We'll probably cut that. But we'll see.
Oh, I see, that's why it's so big.
Yeah. So yeah, I just realised we've gone half an hour. We haven't even looked at our fucking list.
That's true, that's good.
That's good. So,
That's good.
so I hope you like that ad-lib, ladies and gentlemen. We're half an hour out.
That's our intro. So
That's our intro.
if you hated that, good luck.
So, okay, on my list of things to talk about, alright, I've only got...
It's a bit unprofessional announcing that you had a list, and we're supposed to flow it in, incorporate
We're
it.
supposed to float in, but ladies and gentlemen, let's break the fourth wall. We have a list. I've got 4 things to talk about. What about you?
Well...
Should we cross-reference what we've got on the list? Should we talk about sushi?
4, Should we just knock off Sochi?
We'll
Because
start off Sochi.
that's going to be a shit topic.
Because it's not going to last long.
No.
I only want to talk about one topic.
So let's
Actually, I want to talk about two topics. Well, it's one topic, but it's two stories. Fuck
Alright.
it, we'll cut that.
let's just talk about Sochi
Let's
now.
talk about Sochi. Okay, so the only real events I was really interested in was the ice hockey
Oh yeah.
and the Wells brothers. That was it.
Oh, right.
Jossie and Bo James.
Not for me.
Not for you.
No.
Here we go.
I quite like the Winter Olympics.
Here we go. I like it too, but I'd watch it when it was on, but I'd make time out of my day to go and watch.
I'm not sure if you know, folks, but I do sometimes have an interest for unusual sports.
Yeah.
And, like, I can enjoy a good curling game.
Taking the piss.
I can sometimes. Not all the time. Not all the time. It gets boring.
Men's
but
or
like,
women's?
Either.
You're taking the piss.
Either or.
You are.
No, I can enjoy. But anyway, that's not what I'm coming to talk about. That's.
Thank God for that.
People no one likes
it's
that.
as boring as the sport.
My two favourite winter sports in the Olympic Games
Luge?
is three. No, I'm just kidding. No, luge and bobsled. They're all awesome to watch, and I do like them. But no, my
Cross country?
no cross country. Who likes cross country?
I like cross country because I like watching the Indian fella come last. There's like a Nepalese guy and an Indian dude.
I like watching the bobsleigh for the same reason watching Jamaica come last. But they're awesome because they're Jamaica. They could have an elite team.
They're actually really good.
But they came last.
Yeah, but they got to the Olympics.
Oh yeah, true.
But I mean, they're Jamaica.
Jamaicans produce really
Do they
good.
have a hill in Jamaica?
Jamaicans produce
They're
really good
nice, I know that.
sprinters.
I've seen cool runnings.
You could think you could transfer that sprinting ability onto the.
You were saying?
You're probably going to have to cut that out. Anyway, the two favourite sports: snowboard cross, love it.
That's cool.
5 people race down the hill, and my
5 purple.
so 5 people. I'm not the one drinking. 5 people racing down the hill, whatever, and speed skating. I love speed skating.
Hey, the team speed skating?
Oh, that's so
That's just
confusing.
a fucking brawl. That's just a brawl.
I don't get it.
They-
I get it, but
So they've got 4 skaters. Okay, I do get it. I know how it works, right? So you've got 4 skaters, depending on the length of the course. Your skater skates a certain amount of distance. Usually it's about a lap and a half. At the,
You're
end of
all
the,
over the show.
at the end of the lap of the half, rather than passing the baton in running, they just push the person in front of them. So
Yeah,
the person
that's
will be
literally it.
the person who's skating will be skating hard out. The person next skating will skate in front of them up to about to their speed, and to pass it on, the people behind them will put their hands on the arse of the person in front and just go and just give them a big shove.
Yeah.
Right. I've never seen so many teams disqualified in one event.
And there's not even a baton.
Because the thing is, they'll push the person in front of them into another person, and they'll just crash out.
And also, an important thing, you can't come halfway in and start watching it because there's just skaters all over the rink.
Because the thing is, though, and the funny thing is, even the judges can't tell. So they'll be like, right, so in first we have the Netherlands, and second we have Japan, and third we might have China or Italy. We can't tell who's lapping who. And then like a Chinese lady will fall off the pace, or they won't pass. They won't. Yeah, the lady will go for another lap, and it'll be like, oh no, she's lost it, or someone will fall over or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, China's out of the race. And then they'll keep going. It's down to Netherlands, Japan, and Italy. And then Italy fall out. Like, and China are right back in it. What? Hold on, no. You said they were out before. And then it's like, and it's down to Netherlands and Japan. Italy and China are both screwed. And I was like, well, so surely if they just cross the finish line, they'll win. And they'll go to the next round. It's like, and the Japanese have fallen over, and it's the Italians back in it. It's like,
That's crazy.
No one knows what's going on. You could probably skip a couple of laps. No one would know. You'd be like, oh no, it's definitely up. We're definitely up.
just like hang around on one corner and
The problem is
spread out your speed.
The problem with New Zealand and the team sport is that we don't have enough people to skate. We've only got one.
We only had that one guy. We had a guy, Shane Dobbin. And but that short track, just the individual, is brutal. But God, it's good to watch sometimes. And the best, probably one of the best Olympic moments.
Australia,
flukiest moments. Stephen Bradbury of Australia.
Do you know his name? Fucking hell, Flash.
Last lap, he's like half a lap behind.
Have you seen an interview with him talking about it?
I think I've seen something about it. He didn't feel right about winning.
I saw it in Japan. It was so funny. He's just like, yeah, so I made it to the final, and I was like, qualified 8th for the final and 8th, by like 10 seconds away from the leader. So I was quite a wee way off the pace. And I thought, I'll just skate my heart out and do my hardest, and hopefully I could claw a couple of positions up and represent my country well and do well. And then the race started, and about 2 laps in, he was halfway around the track behind everyone else.
Yeah, about that. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, and he was like, I was going as hard as I could, and then I realised if I gave up, I'd get lapped and I'd get disqualified, and I wouldn't finish. I wouldn't be 8th. I'd be disqualified. I'd be a DNF, and it wouldn't count for anything. Yeah. So he decided to try and keep up the pace. He's like, the only chance I have of getting a position above 8th, not middle. He said, the only chance I can get above 8th is if someone falls. And last lap, who was it? The Netherlands?
On the last corner.
Was it the Netherlands?
I think it was
the Dutch.
A few Asian countries. Oh, the Netherlands usually.
No, who fell over?
Oh, yeah, I think it was like Korea.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
or something.
It's like last lap, Korea currently in 3rd, but 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are humping each other's legs.
Yeah,
like,
they're all right against each other.
And Korea falls over, takes Japan, who takes Dutch, and the 3 of them collectively take out the Italian, the Spaniard, and the other Dutch lady.
Oh, I think was it 6 people in a race?
No, it was 8, I thought.
Oh, was there 8? Oh, I can't remember.
And the Aussie, who is half a lap behind everyone else, just gently skids across the line and gets the gold.
And just puts his hands in the air like,
and he put his hand in the air going, what the fuck just happened? The thought that went through his mind was not, woohoo, I've won gold. It was, whoa, time out, what the fuck's happened?
Exactly. But also, let's just think, out of all the countries for that to happen to, it has to happen to Australia, doesn't it?
Can't happen to, like, Israel or India or Nepal, those countries that race for last in the cross country, or Jamaica, who come last in the bobsleigh.
It's just Australia. And it gives us another reason to hate them. Because they've got a gold in their Winter Olympics. Or they probably have a few.
We have actually quite a few medals in the Paralympics. Thank you, Adam Hill.
Oh, in the Winter Paralympics.
Yeah, he is insane. Adam Hill won the sitting down downhill.
Oh, I love that.
He dominated. He didn't dominate. He won by like 0.03 of a second in Vancouver. I'm not sure how he's
domination in New Zealand books.
But man, he got gold. He went mental, and the entire country was suddenly like, Paralympics totally counts, and people went insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and okay. Now we can move on to a subject I'm quite disappointed about.
Okay.
Jossie Wells.
Oh.
Jossie Wells was right there, and that Canadian prick stole his medal. Well, actually the French dude, but he got pushed down by the Canadian.
Yeah, he was, and...
So close, man. Fourth. So fucking close.
It is the worst position. 4th.
Okay, I'm going to tell...
Some people say silver's the worst position, but it's not.
I'm going to tell 2 stories. Right. First of all, it's going to be about the silver guy. Right. Downhill, or maybe it was combined downhill, and this Canadian went down, or maybe... Oh no, he was a Norwegian dude. He came first. It was like, yes! And he stood there waiting anxiously as the people who were technically better than him came down. And what's his name? Bodie?
Bodie?
American?
Byron?
No, American.
Oh, Bodie Miller.
Bodie Miller came down and he came 3rd. And this Norwegian went nuts.
Yeah.
And there's an Italian guy. And the Italian dude was like ranked 20th in the world.
Oh, it was a Norwegian.
I don't know. Yes.
Matthias Meyer?
No, he's Austrian.
Oh, is he Austrian?
He's Austrian. He was in another event.
Okay.
Or maybe it was it, I can't remember. So anyway, this Italian who was like ranked 20th in the world, he's medalled once at a World Champs. He got a bronze in the World Champs like a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years ago. And he comes down. No one was expecting anything from this dude. Sort of like the Norwegian dude's like celebrating. He's just like, yeah, I've won the gold. There's only like the Argentinians and the Chileans and this Italian dude to go. I've totally won the gold. This Italian dude comes down as fast as he can, giving it all, almost crashes on one corner. He's like going like the best race of his life.
Yeah. Crosses
the finish line, 0.06 of a second behind gold. And everyone was like, oh, he was so close. And the Italian dude just goes, yes! 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 The camera comes up and he just goes, yes! I can't believe it! Yes! And the commentators are like, he is stoked. He's over the moon. He came second, but he doesn't give a shit. He's got a medal, and he's like, yeah. And Bodie Miller's
awesome.
And Bodie Miller's like, fuck it, he's dead. Nah, I'm done. That's legit. This Italian guy is just like going mental. He's medal won some world champs, and that was because no one was there.
Yeah.
And he's got a silver in the winter, and he ended up with silver in the end.
All right.
And he was so stoked. And then just before the last dude came down,
yeah,
they had a shot of the Italian dude, and you could see him be like, oh man, I was so close to first. And the commentator's like, don't think about it, you can't think about how close you were to first. And he kicks up from what the commentator thought was thinking about coming second. Yeah. He gets up, does the cross across his chest, kisses the sky, and goes, yeah! He wasn't thinking about it, he was just praying. He went nuts.
That's awesome.
It was so cool to see.
That is cool.
And the second story I want to tell was I was in Japan.
Oh, I've also got a story. I'll hold it, but I've got a story about Sochi.
I was in Japan for when the Olympics were on.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there and we were having lunch in the hotel, about to go back on the ski slopes, and the Winter Olympics came on, and it was a freestyle skiing.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Bo James and Jossie.
Yeah.
And we see Jossie and Bo James do their first run. And it's really, we'll watch the second run and then we'll go.
Yeah.
And we're waiting and we're waiting and waiting. And finally, after so long, Jossie Wells comes up for a second run. Yeah. Looks at the camera and goes, yeah, woohoo! Cut away to a Japanese dude doing ski jump. And I'm like, no! Because the entire time we've been in Japan, we've just heard nothing but ski jump.
Oh,
because they've got a chick called Sarah who ended up coming fourth, and she was supposed to be like their top medalist, top prospect for gold in Sochi. And there's an Asian dude who was getting a little bit of coverage, ended up getting silver in the ski jump. Mm-hmm. Who was a cross country, but now he's a ski jumper.
Yeah, that's a common.
Yeah, a common jump.
Yeah.
and they cut away to the Asian dude coming second. I was like, I really wanted to see Jossie just come down. Apparently, the second run is only 2 points better, but I still wanted to see Jossie come down freestyle. Of course, yeah. And Shaun White missing gold.
Oh.
Because missing a medal, that's funny. The best snowboarder in the world coming fourth.
Oh, yeah, Shaun White.
Mind you, the Japanese kid came second. Mm. He was insane.
Yeah,
like how the hell did he not win gold, man? He was so good. Anyway, you were saying you had a story.
Oh, it's not really a story. It's just
or you had something.
There was the snowboarder for, I think she was Norwegian, from Norway, and her name was Silja Norendal. Really worth a Google search because she was a babe.
Yeah, all of the Norwegian ski team. Have you seen the Norwegian ski team?
I haven't seen a photo of the ski team.
They are so hot.
Honest, but this person in particular, SILJENORENDAL, just Google search it, it's definitely worth it.
So you want to spell that out and you want space NUDE. Winter Olympics, the best position we've had since.
Oh, we got a silver in
1982.
Oh, right.
That's our best result. 1992, we had one medal. We've never had a medal since.
Annalise.
We've never had a medal before.
I forgot her name now.
You better say Annalise Kornikova.
I was like What was it?
Gottlieb,
was that it?
No.
Oh.
That was an Olympian who went this year.
Annalise Gober, or something like that.
What did you think of the creepy animals in Sochi? The giant bear and the rabbit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The bear looked
They all have this mottos or symbols, don't they?
The bear was so creepy.
I can't remember it.
I don't know. I didn't know they had mottos because every time I watched it, I was in Japan and everything was in Japanese. But that bear looked bloody creepy.
But you do know every Olympics, they have their own.
Yeah. I studied the Beijing Olympics in Year 8.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I studied the decathlon.
I can't remember what I studied. Some bullshit, probably. Back in those days, we had to research stuff.
Yeah.
Like the political parties.
We got to make a title page. The board.
I get to make a title page for one of my engineering assignments.
Oh, dude,
it's the prettiest title page you've ever seen.
What kind of title page? Like just
It's got
coloured writing?
It's got my name on it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got my student ID. It's got the date. It's
What?
got the title, and it's got a colourful border. No, it doesn't have a border.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
it's an adult title.
Imagine
page.
that in like a lecture. Can I borrow your colouring pencils? Mate, fuck off.
Does anyone have a red? Our friend has a red. Anyone?
You don't have a
Let's
red?
do it in blue.
Does anyone have a cyan?
Does anyone have a sharpener? Oh fuck! I forgot my sharpener there.
Do you remember your pen license? That's going back.
I skipped that.
Did you?
Because what happened was in Medbury, where I went as a junior. We had our pen licenses. We used to be done in year 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet as, I'll get it done in year 4. And in year 4, I wasn't allowed it in year 4 because my handwriting was too bad.
Yeah.
And I had a shitload of spelling mistakes. So okay, I'll get it in year 5. And I got to year 5, and they said you can only get your pen license when you're in year 6. So I was like, alright, so I got to year 6. And they're like, okay, well, pen license, okay, you can get your pen license, but you won't be able to write in pen until year 7. So I was like, okay. And then I swapped from, and I never got in year 6 because my handwriting was too bad. And I skipped to grammar, and grammar was everyone's pens.
Yeah.
So I never got my pen license.
So you just had your pen.
I'm currently illegally writing with pen. I don't have a license for my pen.
I'm an immigrant. I'm unqualified to write with pens.
I'm unqualified. I don't even have my,
Probably should tell people that.
I don't even have my pen L plates. Like I'm that low.
You're not even. I was just thinking, and this must be around. You know, people who haven't bothered getting even their learners,
Yeah.
and they get to 18 and they want to go to a bar.
Yeah.
What can they use?
Over 18 card.
Oh, that's right. Is that what it's for?
Yeah. It's for people who don't want to lose an actual ID. Like who don't want to lose a learner's or a gun license.
Yeah.
Even though gun licenses aren't typically accepted because gun licenses show no information other than your birth date and your ID number.
Yeah.
But for people who don't want to have their thing stolen, just get a plus 18 card.
Yeah.
So they can lose it willy-nilly and just pay $30 for a new one.
Is that how much they cost?
I don't know. I made that number out of my head.
Sweet. I might get one.
So during O Week, we had all these people trying to sell us stuff. Like, come to Westpac. Well, if you sign up today, we'll let you spin a wheel and you might win a hat. ASB was like, if you sign up, we might get you a black tomato sauce container, a 5-panel, or a T-shirt. Kiwi Bank was offering a Lift Plus green jelly beans or a $25 Prezi card. BNZ was offering a prize pool, literally a pool of prizes, if you signed up today. And they had all sorts of stuff. They also had flybys. Flybys was like, if you sign up today and you get your card, you can scan your card and get a prize. Sure. And I was like, oh, sweet as. So I signed up, got the card, scanned it, and I got a pack of 2-minute beef noodles.
Epic.
Which I was a little bit depressed because the dude in front of me wanted barbecue.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
So I was like, fuck you. So I was like, alright, 3 days, I'll just go home, dropped my noodles, came back, scanned it again, they didn't recognise me, scanned it again, supposed to do it once a day. Yeah. Scanned it pretty much every time I went into and out of a lecture, which had been quite a lot. So I ended up, you're supposed to do it once a day, or 3 days they're on campus. I ended up with a pack of noodles, a frisbee, 2 peanut slabs,
nice,
and an ice cream maker.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I got an ice cream maker. What the fuck am I going to do with an ice cream maker? It's currently sitting at home.
Oh, is it?
Doing piss all because I can't do anything here with
You
it.
should go make some ice cream one day at home.
I should. I don't really have time. I would have done it tonight, but my parents are hosting some people and
what about on the weekend? Do you have time on the weekends?
I do have time on the weekends, but usually I'm either like working here doing like schoolwork or I'm not. Whereas can't be asked going home and
I don't know, just ice cream sounds appealing right now.
It's I could really go for some ice cream, but our fridge on our
or like a nice block
only has a
fridge.
You've got a car here, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's that.
I'm not sure how late dairy opens.
but there's also the fact I can't really be bothered.
How far would you park, man?
I think it's one of the streets off this road.
Oh shit, that far. Fuck, I might do the wrong ball then.
No, just like the first street off this road, like that way.
Yeah. So by the deer.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it still open? You go get some ice cream now if you can.
Maybe.
I'll be down.
Do you want it?
I'd be very down.
Okay, let's get
Maybe
some.
open at 10:30.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
They probably won't be open.
We'll probably end this podcast. We're an hour 3. And
Okay,
we'll cut
yep.
it down to about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So we need to put an ending on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. It probably sounds a little bit strange because we cut out the ramblings between the actual end of conversation and now. We just had a not really a business plan, but a plan about what we're going to do next. So we'll work it out. But thank you for joining us. Do you want to end on a note, Jackson?
No, thank you for joining us. No, but I really emphasise that because if you are watching us, that we really,
if you're watching us,
really appreciate
if you're watching us this far in, you've got to be like our number one fan.
Yeah, you really do.
Like no one listens this far in.
No,
we could like tell secrets right now. No one would give a shit.
We could probably break so many laws. Like not even the people.
Should we end this podcast how we used to end our phone calls back in like year 6? Or year 8. Do you not remember that?
Pie's a good cheese and apricot and chutney sauce.
The fuck?
Okay. No, obviously.
No. So I remember I used to do this. No, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was with another man of mine. But I remember I always go, fuck, what was it? Oh, dude, I've got something really important to tell you.
Oh, yeah.